And we're back at the Coastal Discovery Museum, and we're learning about a wonderful exhibit coming up soon, The Intricate Oceans, and Elizabeth Greenberg is here to tell us all about it. Beautiful artwork.
Yes.
And lots of artists have contributed here, so we're going to talk about some of those folks and what we've got so people can see.
Yes, so we have 7 artists in this show. I'm going to start with Courtney Madison. You can see her work behind me. She is a pretty well-known ceramicist who works on coral. Her Instagram handle is Courtney Coral, if that gives you a sense. So I've admired her work for several years, and so we're thrilled to have her here. So these pieces behind us, you can see she's taking on the issue where they're dripping white there. Mm-hmm. So this is about ocean acidification, the way healthy reefs are starting to be not healthy because of rising temperatures in the water, because of the carbon dioxide going into the water. So her pieces are incredibly beautiful, but all of them tell a story about what are the pressures. So we also have all these little pieces on the table, and there are 416 individual little corals and anemones and other sea creatures that are being installed on a wall up front. They go in and they're coming out of an it's called aqueduct. They're coming out of a grate in the wall, and that's about the pressures on the reefs. What happens as their area is taken over? Where will they go? Right. So they're creeping out of the grate. So she has wonderful backgrounds to all of her pieces. We have some other work from her here too. Then we have Lauren Shapiro.
These are really neat, by the way.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and these were made for the show. This is new work. So Lauren has been working on these all summer. She's in Miami. Courtney's in San Francisco. Lauren's in Miami. So Lauren is born and bred in Miami. She is very connected to the ocean.
Those artists are on coastlines.
Yes,
so
yes. So, but her work you'll see is entirely different from Courtney's work. A very a different aesthetic and a different process for making it. But her glazes are so beautiful, so subtle.
So detailed. I mean, amazing. I don't know how close we can get in on this, but just gorgeous.
Yeah, so we're thrilled to have these, just came in the other day. And then we have painter Lisa Tubach. She's actually a professor in Virginia. And so I stumbled on her work and I just loved it. So we have a piece over here and another one, which hopefully we can get some images of. So she goes around as a professor. She has time off in the summer. She goes to different reefs. She works with different scientists, and she has a great body of work of paintings. Just beautiful. So we then have Stephanie.
Yeah, tell us about the black fabric things on the wall here.
This is Ginger Earths. So she's from upstate New York, and she is. I refer to her as a sculptor because her work is sculptures, but her medium mostly is pipe cleaners. So she uses that's not that piece, but all of the other work we have in the show is all pipe cleaners and beads.
Jellyfish appears to be made of that. Yes.
Yes, those are all pipe cleaners and beads. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then she also did this piece oil slick, which has some pipe cleaners in it, but also fabric. Oil spills in the ocean.
Sure.
So all of the work in the show, all of the artists are looking at different issues that are affecting the reefs.
There's a purpose and sort of an educational point behind each area there.
Yeah, and Ginger's, I saw Ginger's work about 10 years ago up at Mass MoCA in Massachusetts. That was the first time I saw it, and it blew me away. So the piece I saw in that show we have here. So I'm really excited to see
you've really
that one
taken
again.
time to think through the artists that you wanted to be representative based on what you said, your experiences 10 years ago, who you've met. And
I would say, I mean, that's sort of what curators do. I mean, we're collecting artists in our head all the time. And so things don't always happen right away, but you collect it, and then when you start to put things together. So I knew Ginger's work for a long time, and then Courtney's work I became familiar familiar with about 5 years ago, and then it goes from there, and then you find new artists. You're always reading things, so
it's years in the making.
It is,
in a sense.
yeah. And then there's Mara Lefebvre. She's also from upstate New York. Actually, Ginger introduced me to her. She said, I think you should take a look at this artist's work. And she makes these beautiful little, she calls them bijoux, and they're beautiful little sculptures, also all beads. And
hold that thought. We're going to continue on. We're just going to have to take a break.
Okay.
So you all stay right here. We'll be back with more from the Coastal Discovery Museum.